I would argue that almost everyone should progress to power training at some point, but unfortunately this is often done wrong. So in this video, I'm going to show you guys what not to do and give you what to do instead. One of the first important lessons we need to keep in mind with power training, especially with an exercise like box jumps, is we are looking for high quality, minimal dose. And what you guys saw in the video was a very rapid pace, which not to say as you get really far down the line you couldn't do, but oftentimes we confuse conditioning with power. With conditioning, we're looking for cardiovascular impact and effect. With power, we're looking for high quality, low risk. And so for most people, the majority of people that you're probably working with, or probably yourself, we want to make sure that before we get into rapid regeneration back off the ground, which is really a lot on the Achilles, on the tendons, the ligaments, all the other things that get worked with power and plyometrics, we want to make sure that we're focused on individual quality reps before we worry about starting to string things together. So whether it's a box jump or any other power movement that we're doing, make sure that we're not trying to use power exercises as a method for conditioning. Not every power exercise involves leaving the ground, but the truth is many of them will involve impact, absorbing forces. And as you guys saw in the video before, a lot of people come into it with too much focus on just the power production and not enough with learning how to land. So as we start doing jumping type activities, the best place we need to start is we need to make sure they actually know how to land and absorb forces. And this might actually be with non-jumping exercises. Let's say like single leg stomps, where I'm really just training the ability to control and decelerate my body as I lower to the ground. And then we can progress that over time, where maybe I do leave the ground and I'm controlling even more of my body. All of that before I look at going maximal effort, right? Even with our broad jump example, we need to start by not worrying about how far you jump, but say, hey, let's go moderate and work on perfect landing position. Because if we build that foundation, by the time we get to max effort, like I was doing in the video, we're gonna be in much better positions. Another one of the most common mistakes people make when they're trying to implement power training is just going too heavy. There is a sweet spot of finding the right amount of resistance, but power is about rate of force production. Most times, this needs to be done with moderate to lighter weights. Medicine balls are a great example. You guys saw in the video, maybe my form wasn't that bad with this 30-pound medicine ball, but I wasn't moving that fast. The weight itself was a little too heavy for me to really get enough force production. So I won't pretend like there might not be some application, but for the majority of people out there, medicine balls are an amazing way to start introducing power training to pretty much anyone. But the weight that you use is really important. And you guys can see this 6-pound medicine ball, especially if you can compare that video you guys saw in the beginning to how rapidly I can generate force. Very big difference. That's gonna have a much bigger impact neurologically on my body's ability to generate force quickly. So easy rule to follow, 10% or less of your body weight. I weigh about 165. Generally, even like 8 to 10 is probably about as heavy as I'm gonna go if I'm gonna train power. Either way, your takeaway is power is done with moderate to light weights, moved quickly. Power training can be a really fun and vital addition to a client's program, but we want to make sure we're doing it the right way. So hopefully this video gives you guys a couple of do's and don'ts. Don't confuse power training with conditioning. Do make sure we teach people how to land, and make sure you're using light to moderate loads as you introduce it.